Okay guys, I'm going to try to sum up a normal EKG or ECG rhythm for you. And here you'll see a very nice and normal rhythm. And right here we're going to talk about this, and this is called the P wave. So P wave. And what the P wave represents is the firing of the SA node. So it represents firing of SA node. And the conduction of the impulse through the atria, so it's also known as atrial depolarization. So atrial depolarization. Okay, so that right there is our P wave. The next one we're going to talk about is this one right here in green. And that one is our QRS complex. Okay, and what that is the sum of all ventricular depolarizations. So depolarizations. And also it leads to ventricular contraction. So we're going to put a little arrow here, meaning lead to ventricular contraction. Okay, so that is what our QRS complex does. The next one is this one right here, okay, right there, and that one is our T wave. Okay, so that's our T wave. And our T wave represents the return of the ventricles to an electrical resting state so they can be stimulated again. So we call that ventricular repolarization. So ventricular repolarization. Now there's a segment which is approximately right here and right here. And this segment or interval is called the ST interval. And with this interval, we're going to see changes when we have either myocardial ischemia or myocardial infarction. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that in class. And then lastly, sometimes we can have a little guy like that on the end. And we've talked a little bit about that, and that is our U wave. And normally we don't see that U wave, but when we have electrical or electrolyte imbalances such as hypokalemia or hypercalcemia, that's where we can see this U wave. So we can see that with hypokalemia or hypercalcemia. Alright, so I hope this little video helps you understand your complexes.